Hi everyone, my name is Apuraj Garakapati. Welcome to my YouTube channel Amazing Abhai.
Your journey into stories begins here.
Lin Zichen, wondering how long it will take him to sense his Kai and blood. Lu Chuan-Wu estimates that since Lin Zichen's physical data is exceptional, it should take him about 10 days. Hearing this, the young woman gets a mischievous look, declaring she will have to properly teach this new genius junior. Later that night, the city is quiet. In his room, Lin Zichen sits cross-legged on his bed, meditating with the blood-tempering art book open. He thinks to himself that sensing Kai and blood was simple, noting he did it in just 3 seconds. Reading the book, he decides the next step is to control the Kai and blood to temper his body. Starting with his right arm, he focuses his energy and his right arm becomes engulfed in a flame-like aura. A system notification confirms he is using Kai and blood to temper his skin, increasing his skin strength and proficiency. Half an hour later, Lin Zichen tests the results. He takes a knife and swings it forcefully against his arm. To his satisfaction, the blade bounces off without a scratch. He realizes one session of tempering has made his skin impervious to blades, understanding now how Lu Chuan-Wu withstood Wu Tiancheng's attacks. Wondering how strong he will become after 5 sessions, he continues his cultivation. 3 hours later, an exhausted Lin Zichen sits on his bed, sweating. He calculates that at this speed, he can finish tempering all the skin on his body within a week, noting that while his arms are done, it consumed 1/3 of his Kai and blood. His rest is interrupted by a phone notification late at night. He checks it and sees a message from Shen Qinghan. She asks if he is asleep and says she has a surprise inviting him to her room. Curious, he agrees to go over immediately. As he leaves, he wonders what kind of surprise this could be. In the hallway, he runs into his mother, Shang Wangshan. She knowingly asks if he is going to see Shen Qinghan, explaining the girl had messaged her about the surprise. With a teasing smile, she tells him to hurry up so Shen Qinghan doesn't get anxious. Lin Zichen knocks on Shen Qinghan's door and announces his arrival. She invites him in. He opens the door and is stunned to find Shen Qinghan on her bed, completely wrapped in a thick duvet. Her face flushed red. When he asks what is going on, she shyly replies that this is the surprise. His imagination runs wild, and he wonders if the surprise is that she intends to offer herself to him, visualizing a scandalous scene involved with caution tape. Shaking off inappropriate thoughts, he nervously jokes to himself that she surely just wants to show him a glow-in-the-dark watch. However, Shen Qinghan insists he just needs to come over and look. Still blushing, Lin Zichen walks over and sits on the edge of the bed. She softly tells him to lift the cover and see. He looks down and sees her face as a deep red, her eyes looking up at him with a shy, almost seductive expression. Lin Zichen feels his heart racing, his face equally hot as the atmosphere becomes tense and ambiguous. Unable to wait, he reaches out and lifts the white duvet to reveal the surprise underneath. When he lifts the quilt, Lin Zichen is left completely stunned by the surprise waiting for him. Shen Qinghan is lying on the bed, blushing, wearing the tight white cheongsam she bought online. Lin Zichen's face turns bright red at the sight of her, utterly shocked. Shy Lai Shen Qinghan asks him if the outfit looks good on her. Nervous and unable to look away, he manages to nod and say she looks great. Encouraged by his reaction, she admits that she also bought black stockings and asks if he'd like to see how they look on her. Sweating nervously, he agrees with excitement, telling her to put them on so he can see. As Lin Zichen watches, Shen Qinghan slowly begins putting on the black stockings, which makes him blush even more. Once she's done, she asks again if she looks good. He assures her she looks stunning and that the outfit suits her perfectly. Playfully, she tells him the stockings feel very nice and invites him to touch them. He approaches and gently touches her leg, agreeing that they feel very comfortable. Lying down on the bed, Shen Qinghan moves closer to him and asks which feels better to the touch, her legs or the stockings. Blushing, but smiling, Lin Zichen replies that her legs definitely feel better, something she seems to agree with. Suddenly, their intimate moment is interrupted by Zhang Wangzun's voice from the other side of the door. She shouts that Shen Qinghan's mother just brought her some toiletries and hung them on the doorknob for her to pick up later, startling a confused Lin Zichen. Startled by her sudden appearance, Lin Zichen stands up and heads to the door to answer her. With a puzzled expression, Lin Zichen picks up the bag her mother left at the door. When he looks inside, he blushes upon seeing a box of those things for safety that Shen Qinghan's mother prepared for him, confirming his suspicions. Embarrassed and a bit annoyed, he puts the box back in the bag, thinking to himself that they haven't even kissed yet and wondering why the rush. Shen Qinghan tells him it's already late and that he should stay the night. Then shyly she asks him to turn around so he doesn't see her while she puts on her diaper. Blushing, Lin Zichen turns around while she changes clothes at the back of the room. Once she's done, she approaches him and says she's ready. They can turn off the light and sleep. Both of them are visibly nervous. Later, the two lie in bed, side by side, under the same quilt. Unable to sleep, Lin Zichen asks Shen Qinghan if she used any perfume since he notices a pleasant scent in the bed. With her eyes closed and a playful smile, she replies that it's her natural scent that perfumed the bed and invites him to smell if he doesn't believe her. Skeptical, he murmurs that that's impossible. Opening her eyes, Shen Qinghan gives him a seductive smile, leaving him speechless. He blushes intensely, captivated by the moment. Slowly, she moves closer to him and kisses him passionately. During the kiss, Shen Qinghan's eyes suddenly open, showing surprise. She immediately pulls away gently, asking him in a breathless voice to wait a moment. Shen Qinghan gets out of bed and puts on her slippers, while a confused Lin Zichen asks what's wrong. Her face burning with shame, she turns around and confesses that she just wet herself again. She stands next to the bed, mortified, while Lin Zichen watches from the mattress. Suddenly, an idea occurs to Lin Zichen and he asks her to wait. He asks how she felt right before it happened and whether she experienced a strong mental fluctuation. Embarrassed, she explains that her heart was racing. She felt a jolt in her chest, her body grew warm and as a result, she lost control of her bladder. Hearing this, Lin Zichen confirms that her mental fluctuations were extremely intense and that everything fits what he suspected. He explains his theory to her, recalling her innate water ability, and tells her he suspects her unknown superpower is linked to her mental power and is controlled by it. Shen Qinghan listens in amazement, realizing that if her mental strength is high enough, she might be able to fully develop and control her ability. With a new idea to test his theory, Lin Zichen takes her hand and suggests they keep kissing to see if her mental fluctuations trigger the same effect again. Shen Qinghan asks Lin Zichen, "Before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps Amazing Apai grow naturally." To wait so she can change her diaper, but he tells her not to worry, arguing that she'll end up wetting herself again in a moment anyway, so they might as well continue their experiment. She agrees and they resume kissing passionately on the bed. After the kiss, Lin Zichen gently holds her face and asks how she felt this time. Completely read, she confirms that it was exactly like before. An intense surge of mental fluctuation followed immediately by the loss of bladder control. Having tested it several times, Lin Zichen tells her he's now convinced that her superpower is activated through her mental power. Shen Qinghan, drenched and embarrassed, says she has sweated a lot and is going to take a shower as she gets out of the bed. From the bathroom, she shouts that she forgot her pajamas and asks him to bring her a set. He agrees without hesitation. Lin Zichen goes to Shen Qinghan's wardrobe and opens it, looking through her neatly folded clothes. While searching, he finds a cute pair of underwear with a pink bow and is surprised, thinking to himself how pretty it is. He quickly puts it back, blushing and reasoning that she probably doesn't wear underwear when she sleeps with a diaper. Finally, he grabs a light blue pajama set and decides it will do. Later, the two are in bed, ready to sleep. Lin Zichen lies awake with a thoughtful expression and turns to look at Shen Qinghan, who was already fast asleep, even drooling a little. He smiles tenderly and gently strokes her cheek. The next morning, Lin Zichen quietly leaves her room, closing the door carefully so as not to wake her. Just as he's about to leave, he runs into her mother, Zhu Meng, in the kitchen. She tells him that breakfast is almost ready and suggests he stay and eat before going home, and he gladly agrees. Lin Zichen has breakfast with Shen Qinghan's parents, Shen Jianai and Zhu Meng. Her father asks if Shen Qinghan is awake yet, and Lin Zichen replies that she is not, and that they should let her sleep a little longer. Zhu Meng comments that she wishes her daughter were as disciplined as Lin Zichen, but Shen Jianai defends her, saying that after becoming the top student in the province, she deserves to rest during the holidays. After breakfast, Lin Zichen says goodbye to Zhu Meng at the door, telling her there's no need to walk him out. Once he leaves, she closes the door with a sly and satisfied smile. Zhu Meng goes to her husband and tells him that last night she got up to use the bathroom and heard the shower running upstairs, hinting that their daughter and Lin Zichen were together. Shen Jianai, thoughtful, agrees with her conclusion. Excited by this major progress in their relationship, Zhu Meng grabs her phone to immediately share the good news with Zhang Wanxian. Meanwhile, Lin Zichen arrives home and gets ready to wash the clothes he wore the previous day. Just as he's changing his mother, Zhang Wanxian appears. Seeing him, she gives him a knowing smile and a thumbs up, telling him he's very capable, leaving Lin Zichen completely confused by her sudden praise. The scene shifts to a building that appears to be a university. A muscular man with sunglasses and long hair, followed by a group of equally strong men, bursts into a dojo shouting Lu Chuanwu's name and demanding an explanation regarding Lin Zichen. Come lie, Lu Chuanwu pretends not to know what he's talking about. Furious, the man yells that Lin Zichen had already enrolled in his Evolution Academy and accuses Lu Chuanwu of using dirty tactics to steal the student for his martial academy. Liu Chuanwu angrily retorts, asking why only the Evolution Academy should have the right to recruit students. The argument intensifies, with both deans shouting at each other about recruitment principles and prior agreements, which Liu Chuanwu brazenly disregards. With an air of superiority, Liu Chuanwu states that his recruitment method was completely reasonable and part of fair competition. He challenges that other dean, telling him that if he's dissatisfied, he's free to try recruiting Lin Zichen back. Enraged, the Evolution Academy dean shouts at him, questioning how someone as contemptible as him can talk about fair competition, and challenges him to a fight on the spot as the true measure of justice. Liu Chuanwu scoffs at the idea, asking if he thinks he's an idiot. The argument escalates. Further, Liu Chuanwu points out the massive difference in their power levels, explaining that the dean is a level 5 advanced, while he was only a level 9 ordinary, which would make the fight unfair. The dean counters that he is 48 years old, while Liu Chuanwu is 95, accusing him of taking advantage of his youth. Liu Chuanwu fires back, accusing him of trying to bully an old man, leaving the dean speechless with rage. Defeated in the argument, the dean turns around and leaves his group, shouting that as long as Liu Chuanwu refuses genetic fusion, he'll remain weak forever and can continue playing with his pure-blood humans who are no better than insects. Later, the dean is in an office speaking with Ma Dengji. She advises him not to worry, assuring him that in time, Lin Zichen will see how his classmates surpass him through genetic fusion and mechanical modification, and then he will naturally want to switch majors. He insists the real problem isn't that, but that Liu Chuanwu broke the rules and must be punished for it. Calmly, Ma Dengji suggests that if he feels so wronged, he should repay him in kind by stealing his best student. Nervous but convinced, the dean agrees to follow her advice. Once the dean leaves, Ma Dengji closes the office door. Holding her cup, she reflects that although Ma Jian he is usually a calm person, he always loses his composure and becomes irrational when dealing with Liu Chuanwu. As she takes a sip, she thinks about Liu Chuanwu, noting that after so many years, he hasn't changed at all, and his mouth is still as sharp as ever. She regrets that he chose the wrong path in his youth, believing his body was as formidable as his tongue, and that if not for his choices, he could have been at least a school principal by now. The scene shifts to an outdoor scene where Lin Zichen and Shen Qinghan are running together along a street beside a canal. After a while, Shen Qinghan stops, completely exhausted and out of breath, saying she can't keep running anymore. Lin Zichen approaches and hands her a bottle of water to rehydrate. As she drinks, he suggests they finish training for the day and go to a nearby bench to relax their muscles. Soon after, Shen Qinghan is lying face down on a wooden bench, and Lin Zichen sits beside her to massage her legs and relieve the muscle tension. Grateful, she turns to look at him and thanks him. He smiles and tells her that, given how close they are, she doesn't need to thank him. His words make Shen Qinghan blush deeply. She sits up and timidly asks him directly what their relationship is at that moment. She wonders aloud whether they are simply friends, childhood friends, or if she's his girlfriend. Lin Zichen smiles at Shen Qinghan and confirms that he considers her family. Blushing, Shen Qinghan asks what kind of family he has in mind, and then asks him what kind of family he would like them to be. Shyly she suggests that they could be fiancés, to which he agrees, filling her with joy. Happily she sits closer to him on the bench. Shen Qinghan then proposes that they get married right after they graduate from university. Lin Zichen happily agrees to her plan, and they both seal their agreement with a pinky promise. Later that night, at Lin Zichen's house, he is sitting on the living room sofa with his parents, Lin Yansheng and Zhang Wangzun. Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. Lin Yansheng goes to open it, and is surprised to see who it is. It is Dean Ma Zhenhe, who greets him and apologizes for the late visit, explaining that he wanted to talk about Lin Zichen's choice of academy. Lin Yansheng is confused, wondering why the dean would come to talk about that so late when the matter was. Before we move ahead, please take a second to share on this video. Sharing helps this video reach friends who may also enjoy anime, gaming, travel, cricket, chess, career basics, or personal stories. Your support helps Amazing Up High grow naturally. Already decided. Ma Zhenhe hands him a gift, 2 fish, explaining they were a present from a student. Lin Yansheng invites him in, telling him they can talk in the living room where Lin Zichen is. In the living room, Ma Zhenhe tries to persuade Lin Zichen, pointing out that his 15% gene fusion compatibility promises an incredible future, and it would be a waste of his talent to pursue the path of a pure-blooded human. He continues, arguing that while Tan Rengai's intentions may be good, their theories have shown no real progress, and are a trap that will only harm Lin Zichen in the long run. He urges Lin Zichen to listen to his advice, forget the pure blood path that will only lead to mediocrity, and choose the Evolution Academy instead. Lin Zichen listens to the dean's plea with a serious and unreadable expression. His mother, Zhang Wangzun, is confused by the conversation and asks for clarification, stating that she thought her son had already enrolled in the Evolution Academy. At this point, Lin Zichen addresses his parents, admitting he forgot to tell them that he joined Tan Rengai a few days prior. He explains that he has already transferred to the Buddha Academy to follow the path of a pure-blooded human, leaving his parents utterly shocked by the news. His mother anxiously asks him what is going on. Lin Zichen explains his reasoning, stating that he agrees with Tan Rengai's philosophy. He says that because the dean of the Buddha Academy, Liu Chuan-Wu, showed great sincerity by offering him triple the benefits, he agreed to join for a 6-month trial period. He clarifies that if he doesn't see any progress after half a year, he will return to the Evolution Academy and the gene fusion path. His parents seem to be processing his logical plan. Ma Zhenhe, however, is furious, silently questioning how the poor old Liu Chuan-Wu could possibly afford such an offer. He turns to Lin Zichen and says he has some advice for him as a young man. He argues that triple the benefits is a small, short-term gain that will result in a huge long-term loss. He warns that in those 6 months, Lin Zichen will miss out on precious knowledge and experience that he can never get back, pleading with him not to waste his time. Lin Zichen remains firm, thanking the dean for his advice, but reiterating that he truly believes in Tan Rengai's ideals. He explains that if he doesn't at least try this path, he knows he will regret it for the rest of his life. Internally, however, he admits to himself that the triple benefits are just too good to refuse. Seeing that Lin Zichen's decision is final, Ma Zhenhe lets out a sigh of resignation. He stands up, stating that since Lin Zichen is so insistent, there's no point in talking further. He announces he has other matters to attend to and prepares to leave. Lin Yansheng quickly offers to see him out as he walks toward the door. The next morning, Lin Zichen is at home, sipping a drink. While checking the news on his phone, he is shocked by what he sees. A news headline claims that the provincial top scholar Lin Zichen has been brainwashed by Tan Rengai and has chosen the pure-blood human path, effectively wasting his talent. The article even mentions a female genius from a decade ago who supposedly ruined her future after joining the same group. He scrolls through the comments and finds a wave of negativity with people mocking his intelligence and calling for Tan Rengai to be shut down. Lin Zichen is deeply concerned, realizing his personal information has been leaked. He worries that this publicity could attract the dangerous attention of heretics. He wonders if Ma Zhenhe or another group hostile to Tan Rengai could be behind the leak. Deciding that the immediate priority is damage control, he makes a phone call to report a news outlet for leaking a student's private information. 2 hours later, Lin Zichen is sitting on his couch, relieved that the article has been taken down. However, his phone starts buzzing with notifications. He sees messages from a group chat where his classmates are questioning why he joined the misleading Tan Ren guy. They also mention that his photos have been leaked online, and the internet is buzzing with discussions about him. He looks stressed, realizing that with his face now public, his situation has become even more complicated and dangerous. That night, Shen Xinghan appears at Lin Zichen's door in a pink nightgown, cheerfully announcing she will be sleeping there. Later, as they lie in bed, she sees him, reading the negative news about himself and remarks on how awful people are. Lin Zichen calmly explains that in power struggles, those who follow the rules are at a disadvantage, while those who ignore them gain the upper hand. Shen Xinghan suggests asking her powerful master, Mo Dongjai, for help. Lin Zichen dismisses the idea, pointing out the conflict is between the gene fusion and pure blood factions, so her master would have no reason to help him. Undeterred, Shen Xinghan insists on trying and messages her master. A short while later, she shows her phone to Lin Zichen. Mo Dongjai has replied that the problem is solved. Shen Xinghan is amazed it was handled in just half an hour, and Lin Zichen is equally shocked. A quick online search confirms all news related to him has been completely erased. Lin Zichen is left wondering why Mo Dongjai would help him, speculating if it's because she's doting on her new disciple or due to some sentiment for her ex-husband. Regardless, he acknowledges he has benefited. He asks Shen Xinghan to thank her master for him. Playfully, she leans in close and asks how he plans to thank her. When he asks what she wants, she tells him to kiss her. The two lean in for a kiss, both blushing. Later, Lin Zichen sits cross-legged on his bed, meditating as a white, misty energy swirls around him. He takes a deep, controlled breath. A system notification announces his biological level has increased to ordinary tier Roman 7. He opens his eyes, powerful and covered in sweat, exclaiming he has finally finished tempering his entire skin. After his training, Lin Zichen checks his updated status. It confirms he is 18 and at ordinary tier Roman 7, with a long list of 9 biological attributes. The screen also notes he has completed the first stage of body tempering for his skin. He feels confident, thinking that having 9 attributes must be equivalent to 10 gene fusions. With a confident smirk, he believes he is now strong enough to overpower the famous Kyoto prodigy. His thoughts are interrupted by a message from Shen Xinghan, asking him to accompany her and their friend Xu Rui to retrieve their eggs next Monday. He understands that since she plans to follow the gene fusion path, which often leads to preserving her eggs, so they can have a test to baby in the future, he quickly replies agreeing to go. The following Monday, they arrive at a large modern hospital. Inside a room, Shen Xinghan lies on a hospital bed in her underwear, school shirt, and stockings. A nurse gives her an ovulation induction shot and tells her to return the next day for the retrieval procedure. Shen Xinghan thanks her. Later, as they walk down the hospital corridor, Lin Zichen comments on how troublesome the process is. Shen Xinghan admits she still feels a bit nervous. Hearing this, Xu Rui puts an arm around her shoulder and suggests they go shopping to take her mind off things. Shen Xinghan happily agrees. The girls ask Lin Zichen if he wants to join them, but he declines, explaining he has other things to do. Xu Rui is thrilled to have a fun day alone with Shen Xinghan. The two girls wave goodbye and walk off happily. Back in his room, Lin Zichen decides it's time for the next stage of his training, tempering his muscles. As he meditates, system notifications confirm his muscle strength and blood tempering art proficiency are increasing. He notes the burning sensation is more intense than when he tempered his skin, but it's a pain he can endure. After an entire afternoon focus on tempering just his right arm, he lies on his bed, exhausted. To recover, he eats a large amount of bread to replenish the Qi and blood he consumed. Afterward, he tests his new strength with a hand gripper and is amazed to find tempering just one arm increased his power by 50%. Suddenly, there is a knock on his door. Shen Xinghan enters and explains that Xu Rui suggested they all hang out with Yu before school starts, and she has already accepted on his behalf. Lin Zichen takes her hand and assures her that if she is going, he will definitely go too. However, Shen Xinghan looks worried and explains that Xu Rui wants to go to the beach. She doesn't have much time for her past trauma, recalling the terrifying mysterious voice she heard in the ocean, and admits she is scared. Lin Zichen comforts her, promising to protect her. He suggests that if she's too afraid they won't go in the water. Reassured, she agrees. the scene shifts to a dark. Before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps amazing a pie grow naturally. Fiery cavern with a large circular platform covered in glowing runes floating above lava. On this platform, a secret meeting is taking place. The giant green monster is reporting to an enigmatic figure, a man in a fine suit and a sinister plague doctor mask. The monster informs him he has successfully made his stinky rats dig all 108 required tunnels. The monster instructs that man in the plague doctor mask to set a biological coordinate in that spot. The masked man agrees. He then raises a strange, powerful staff with a single glowing red eye and slams it into the ground, releasing a surge of dark energy. To complete the ritual, the masked man slices his own wrist and lets his blood pour onto the staff where it is absorbed by the red eye. As tendrils of red and black energy erupt from the ground, the masked man explains the coordinate has been set. He states his next step is to find a corresponding point at the source site and place another coordinate there. He concludes that once the two coordinates resonate, the tunnels will be fully connected to the source site, completing their plan. The friends are on their way to the beach, driving along a beautiful coastal road. Inside the car, Shu Rui asks Hugh when he got his driver's license. He explains that his father pulled some strings to get him into a crash course right after summer break started. When he offers to get the others into the same program, they enthusiastically agree, much to Hugh's delight. Soon, they arrive at the beach parking lot. Hugh is ecstatic, running onto the sand and shouting about his love for the sea breeze, the ocean, and most of all, the women in bikinis frolicking in the water. Annoyed by his perverted comment, Shu Rui hits him on the back of the head. She then grabs Shen Qinghan's arm and announces they are going to change, ignoring Hugh's protests. Left behind, Hugh puts his arm around Lin Zikan and suggests they should get changed as well, saying he can't wait to go diving. As they walk away, a group of guys on the beach recognize Lin Zikan, identifying him as the runner-up in the Nanjing province's Gaokao exam. They begin to gossip, mentioning that he is the one who joined Tanrenji. They speculate that he must have been brainwashed or was brain damaged to begin with, concluding that he has completely ruined his future. Hugh overhears their conversation and becomes furious. He confronts the gossips, angrily demanding to know who they think they are to judge the provincial runner-up and yelling at them to keep talking. The group is left speechless and terrified by his sudden outburst. Just as Hugh is about to escalate the confrontation, Lin Zikan calmly grabs his arm, telling him to forget it and not waste his breath on them. Hugh expresses his frustration, saying that Lin Zikan has a good temper and that he would have punched the guys. Lin Zikan explains that he simply doesn't care about their opinions, but if they had said something he truly cared about, he would have definitely gotten physical. When Hugh asks what he cares about, Lin Zikan just gives him a look and glances to the side as if the answer is obvious. Just then, Shirdui and Shenzhen Han return, now changed into their beach attire. Shirdui cheerfully points out that obviously, the person Lin Zikan cares most about is Shenzhen Han, who is holding a tube of sunscreen. Hugh scratches his head, admitting it was a pointless question, while Shirdui tells the boys to hurry up and get changed. A short time later, Lin Zikan and Hugh reappear in their swim trunks, showing off impressive muscular physiques. Lin Zikan teasingly offers to apply sunscreen for Shenzhen Han. From their lounge chairs, Shenzhen Han happily accepts the offer. As Lin Zikan rubbed sunscreen onto her back, she confirms that he is doing a good job. Hugh watches with a jealous blush, thinking to himself that Lin Zikan has some serious moves. Inspired, he tries the same line on Shirdui, who bluntly tells him to get lost. As Lin Zikan continues to apply sunscreen, now on Shenzhen Han's lower back and buttocks, she thinks about how amazing he is. Suddenly, she hears a mysterious, powerful voice in her mind. Her eyes snap open in shock, and she quickly sits up, muttering about a revival and the source of the sea. She turns her head toward the ocean, a look of fear on her face, and exclaims that she hears that voice again, catching Lin Zikan's immediate attention. Lin Zikan holds a frightened Shenzhen Han, asking what's wrong. She explains with a terrified expression that she heard the creepy voice again, talking about a great god, revival, and the source of the sea. Lin Zikan listens intently, speculating that the voice might be connected to the Origin Land's sources site. He concludes that they don't know enough to understand what's happening, and must learn more first. He suggests that once they start university, she should try to indirectly ask her master, Modong Jai, about it, and Shenjin Han agrees to the plan. Sometime later, Lin Zikan is back in his room, continuing his training. Having finished tempering his muscles, he has now begun the arduous process of bone tempering. The training is incredibly painful, far more so than muscle tempering, as he focuses his energy on strengthening his bones. After a grueling session, he lies on his bed, completely exhausted, and covered in a strange residue, but triumphant, having successfully tempered all 206 bones in his body. His hard work is rewarded with a system notification congratulating him on evolving to ordinary creature rank 9, leaving him just one step away from becoming an advanced creature. Lying on his bed, he studies the blood tempering art book, understanding that he now needs to open the apertures in his body to achieve the next evolution. However, he finds the instructions in the book to be vague. With a determined look, he closes the book, resolving to figure out the method on his own. The scene shifts to the impressive campus of Shanghai University, where Lin Zikan and Shenjin Han have finally arrived to begin their college life. One of their parents calls out to them, announcing they are here. As they walk through the campus with Lin Zikan's parents, Shenjin Han, now dressed in a stylish new outfit, excitedly points out an old ice cream shop that is still there. As they walk through the bustling university town, Lin Zikan confirms Shenjin Han's nostalgic observation that the ice cream shop is indeed the same one they used to visit when they were children. His mother, Zhang Wenxin, suggests they stop for a treat since it's still early, and Shenjin Han happily agrees. Inside, Shenjin Han enjoys a large bowl of strawberry milk-flavored ice cream, delighting in how delicious it is. She then sweetly offers a spoonful to Lin Zikan, who takes a bite while his parents watch the tender moment with smiles. Their peaceful outing is interrupted by a commotion from a nearby bar, which catches Lin Zikan's attention. He looks through the window and overhears a man complaining to a woman named Jiuxin that her skirt is too long, making it difficult for him to grow her. Inside the bar, Brother Yang has Jiuxin sitting flirtatiously on his lap. She suggests he can just slide his hand underneath her skirt, as she wouldn't mind. Another man at their table urges Brother Yang to stop touching the woman and focus on their game. Outside the ice cream shop, two other men are talking about a girl named Huan Jiuxin. One of them mentions that she acts like a goddess at the art academy, but is now letting men from the Evolution Academy get close to her. The other man comments that students from the Evolution Academy have bright futures, making them attractive to women. This conversation makes Lin Zikan think about the university structure. Shanghai University is divided into two distinct areas: an outer campus for arts and culture students and a heavily guarded inner campus for those studying evolution, mechanical modification, and martial arts. The inner campus is a high-security zone, close to the public, and even students from the outer campus due to the sensitive nature of gene fusion and mechanical modification research. It is constantly patrolled by armed guards and surveillance drones. Back at the table, Lin Zikan's mother Zhang Wenxin advises him and Shenjin Zinghen that even though university life offers more freedom, they must remain focused on their studies and not get distracted. Her husband Lin Yangxing reassures her that their children are responsible. He tells Lin Zikan and Shenjin Zinghen it is time for them to head to the inner campus. Since the parents cannot enter the restricted area, Lin Yangxing reminds his son to take good care of Shenjin Zinghen, and Lin Zikan promises he will. At the heavily guarded entrance to the inner campus, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Amazing Apai. Subscribing makes sure you do not miss the next video, and it gives me motivation to keep improving the quality of every upload. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.